your hardest working, most resilient salespeople are actually the ones most likely to cross an ethical line. Welcome to Inside Sales Geek. We take dense academic sales research and turn it into practical strategies you can use to protect your team's reputation and their quota. The sales profession is uniquely brutal. The daily cocktail of constant rejection, complex client demands, and climbing quotas breeds a specific kind of burnout known as emotional exhaustion. Researchers look at this through something called self-control theory. Think of a salesperson's self-control as a willpower battery. Every time they force a smile through a harsh rejection or navigate a difficult negotiation, that battery loses a little power. Unethical behavior emerges when the brain is too drained to maintain social standards. At that point, taking a shortcut becomes a physiological response to an empty tank. This framework maps it out clearly. As emotional exhaustion increases, ethical behaviors drop, pulling down overall sales performance. Picture an exhausted rep missing quota. Without mental energy, the temptation to forge a CRM entry becomes overwhelming. By the time you catch a rep making those unethical choices, it's already too late. As a manager, the job is to spot the battery draining before your team defaults to shortcuts. Look at the chart. Supervisor support acts as a shield over the pathway between exhaustion and ethics, weakening that downward pull. An empathetic manager acts as an external resource. Feeling valued literally plugs a rep back in, interrupting the drain on their willpower battery. Imagine a rep hanging up the phone after losing a 6-month deal. A manager pulls up a chair just to listen, without immediately demanding a pipeline update, providing a crucial emotional reset. Taking the fear of judgment out of the equation gives the rep the mental space to recover. With their energy restored, they regain the self-control required to follow the rules on their next call. This means standard coaching schedules miss the mark. You must deploy one-on-one time dynamically, targeting reps showing signs of burnout, regardless of leaderboard rank. If you're finding these insights helpful, hit subscribe for more research-backed sales strategies and share with your leadership team. Now we need to talk about the trait nearly every sales director looks for in an interview: grit. It's defined by a deep passion and relentless perseverance toward long-term goals. This study uncovers a paradox. Notice the salesperson grit box. High grit strengthens the negative link between exhaustion and unethical behavior. While average reps step away when exhausted, gritty reps never quit. With dead willpower batteries, they push forward using manipulation to close deals. That rep you see grinding away at 9 p.m. on a Friday might look like your most dedicated worker, but in a state of exhaustion, their persistence is a massive liability. The exact perseverance you hired them for is the same trait that pushes them over the ethical line when they reach their limits. Long-term success on the sales floor requires leaders to oversee their team's emotional resources just as closely as their pipeline. Here are 3 ways you can implement this research with your team this week. First, watch the human before you watch the data. Look for spikes in cynicism or frustration. These emotional tells show up long before the drop in calls and meetings registers in your CRM. Second, step in early with genuine support. When a rep shows signs of depletion, prioritize empathetic listening over quota pressure to prevent them from feeling backed into a corner. Third, mandate strategic breaks for your grittiest top performers. Because their biological drive won't let them stop on their own, you must pull them off the floor so their battery can recharge. Pick one of these strategies and test it on your floor tomorrow. Protect your team's energy, and you'll protect your bottom line. We'll see you next time for more research-backed sales wins on Inside Sales Geek.